Hi everyone, today I want to show you this automatic vacuum cleaner from Jisiwei. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly, but you can read it here. Now this sells on Amazon for around £280, so this is probably one of the most expensive review items I've ever had. But saying that, I'm actually going to send this back. I was meant to keep it, but I don't really have a use for it and I don't want to keep something with an alleged value of £280. So I will be sending this back to Amazon once I finish this review. Now in the box you get the robot vacuum itself, you get a remote control. They don't include batteries, which I think is funny considering how expensive this is. You get two of these spare little rotary cleaner things. These spin around really fast and suck all the dust and dirt into the middle, which is then sucked up by this one here, this brush at the back. So they give you spares, but these are pretty universal anyway. You can find these on Amazon. They're also used by other robot vacuums. You get a filter as well, and then you get two of these little pads. Now this one is connected to this bit of plastic. This is for mopping, because not only can this vacuum, but it can also mop. So they give you one of the mop attachments and then a spare mop material so that you can swap them out and wash them in between. And then of course they also give you the charger unit, which you just plug into the wall and the robot will automatically drive onto this to charge itself. I actually quite like that feature. Now aside from controlling the robot from the remote control, you can also use the buttons on top, and you can use an application on your cell phone. Now the reviews on this are pretty bad, but they're nearly all complaining about the same thing, trying to connect this to the application on their cell phone. Now personally I didn't have any problems, so I don't know, but whenever there's an app involved there's always bad reviews, so you know, your mileage might vary. So let me move all this stuff out of the way, then we'll turn it on and show you it in action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dust and dirt on the floor from this vacuum cleaner. There's probably some dog hairs in there and stuff as well. So I'll just dirty up the floor a little bit before we start the robot. So now the robot's turned on, we can use this remote control. If you put it in full auto, he'll pretty much just drive around the room in a random pattern, but he will cover the whole room eventually, and usually in more than one pass. You can also do spot clean, where he'll just go around and around and around, making a bigger circle. So if you've got quite a confined mess, like I have with this dirt on the floor here, you could put him in the middle and then put it on spot mode. You can also just drive him forward manually. So if we press left, forwards, back, we can just drive him like that manually. So you can see all the dirt here. Let's send him over it. I'll just put it in full auto mode so you can see what it's like. Okay, well I'm going to stop him for a minute there. I thought he was going to get stuck because he does not do very well on carpet at all. He has been stuck a few times, not on that carpet but elsewhere. He does occasionally get stuck, and if you look around him, he's got some battle scars. I don't know how well they're sharp on camera, but he's got quite a few scratches around him because although he won't drive straight into something, he might drive close to something, then turn and then scrape himself against it. So he's not the smartest robot in the world, but generally he can get around without getting stuck. So we've still got some mess over here, and I don't want to just let him roam around, you know, doing a random pattern. Yes, he would eventually get it all, but I'd rather just do it manually or use the spot mode. So let's lift him up and put him over here in the middle of the dirt. And then we'll use the spot mode, and in this mode he'll go around and around making a bigger circle. So let's try this out. So you saw he got most of the dirt, and if we left him going, he would eventually get all of it. So for example, if someone's been standing there and they've been eating food and you've seen all the crumbs dropping on the floor, instead of having the robot do the whole room again, you could just use the spot mode and he'll go around in a circle for about, I don't know, a couple of minutes, and he'll cover that whole area, so it's much more efficient. Now let's see if he'll charge himself. It doesn't matter where you put the charger as long as it's in the same room, because it has a little light on the top. I don't know what it is, maybe it's infrared, and this one also has one, and then they'll automatically find each other. So all we have to do is press charge, and he should find his way back to the charger. So there you go, he's seen the charger. He does drive pretty slow when he's going towards the charger, so it's a little bit tedious to watch, but it works at least. And he should drive up onto that platform and start charging automatically. And there you go, he's sat on there properly and he's charging himself, which is quite useful because if he's ever running low on battery, he'll automatically drive onto the charger and start charging. And that's useful because you could set this to start at say 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. It will clean your floor, and if it's a really big area, he'll automatically go back and charge himself. So very, very cool feature, and I like the fact that no matter where I put the charger, he always manages to find it. You do have to put it up against a wall because it needs to be stable so you can drive up on top of it. Now this robot also has a camera in the front here, and you can access it through the application even when you're outside of the home. So there you go, you can see me now on camera. If I put it there, hopefully, there you go, you can see. Now, honestly, it seems a little bit like a gimmick. I'm not exactly sure why you'd want a camera on the front of your vacuum cleaner. It's kind of fun because you can drive the robot from your phone, like forward, back, left, right. So you can use it to annoy people in your house or to chase the dog around. But otherwise, I don't really know what the point of the camera is. I guess you could see if it got stuck and then turn it off or something like that. But the more useful feature of the app is the fact that you can set it to go at certain times, or if you're outside of the house and you think, oh, I wish I had set the robot off, you can do it through the app. So look, let's turn it around. And then we'll click the go button so it starts cleaning. Now I briefly mentioned earlier that I tried this on carpet, a very flat carpet, very thin carpet, and it was bouncing around all over the place and it was getting itself stuck. So I think really you can only use this for a hard floor. So if you've got a wide open area with like lots of hardwood or lino or tiles or something like that, it's absolutely perfect. But if you're thinking about getting this for carpet, forget it, because it just does not work on carpet. Let's try attach the mop and see if we can clean up a spill. So I've got some blackcurrant juice here. We'll just pour some on the floor and then we'll send the robot over it using the mop function on the remote here.
Start mopping.
I think it might have just got stuck on the liquid. I'm not sure. Well, that actually worked a lot better than I expected. It mopped it up. I honestly wasn't expecting it to work that well. Let's look over here.
Start auto charging.
Yeah, it mopped it up. Of course, you'd have to peel that off and clean it, but okay, fair enough. It actually did an okay job. It cleaned up that spill. That worked better than I expected. Well done, little robot, well done. And if you're curious about the battery pack, inside you'll find a pack made up of 4 18650 batteries. Each one is 2600 milliamp hour, but they're wide in series. So we've got a total of 14.8 volts, 2600 milliamp hour. So at least it's an easy enough pack to replace in the future if you need to. So that was just a short video, but there's not too much to say really. It cleans the floor as you'd expect. It does a pretty good job. It automatically finds its charger and starts recharging. The Wi-Fi app worked okay for me and pretty much did what it said on the box, except it doesn't work on carpets, even like very, very thin carpet. But I never really expected that to work anyway. There's no way on earth I'd pay £280 for this. Honestly, I don't understand why it's that expensive. Yes, it's a nice machine and it seems to be quite well built, but £280, that just seems a bit excessive. And you really need a large area to maximize the use of this. If you've got a lot of junk on the floor, it's not going to work because it's going to run over it or it's going to get stuck. So you do have to make sure that your floor is relatively clean and clear of, objects. So although it's not really much good for me, if you had a large hall or other property, then maybe this would be perfect for you. But I will be sending this back because as much as I appreciate them sending it to me to review, I don't really have a need for it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.